side of Lumen Field in the Soto District of Seattle. Tonight, a couple of rivals doing battle in the NFC West. It's the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks.
2026 Seattle Seahawks.
Let's get this going. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson, Eddie Pinheiro to get it started. And we are underway in the Pacific Northwest. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Seahawks come out, and they are led by a new quarterback, Sam Darnold. From USC, he's bounced around for his first 7 seasons. This is 5th different franchise as he starts year 8 in the NFL. And Greg, it's year 1 with the Seahawks.
I don't know about you, Mike, but my biggest takeaway from our meeting with him was just how important it is that they get off to a fast start. He made it very clear. They wanted to put their opponent on their heels right from the jump. So I think early in this game, they're going to come out swinging right from the opening whistle.
He'll get this out wide. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
Throwing on 3rd down is Darnold. Shaheed with the catch. That's the 2nd time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards.
13 yards on the play. And the Seahawks, first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Dump this off to Charbonnet, complete, and they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another 1st down.
Well, I think it's pretty clear what the week's plan was, and that was to get the quarterback in a rhythm right out of the gate. You got to imagine as the game unfolds, they'll sprinkle in some runs. But so far, it's been their passing game to get this game started, and that last one results in a 1st down.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the Niners' 46-yard line.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 9. On play action, here's Darnold. And he's going to somehow manage to get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. It'll be 3rd down.
A 1-yard loss on the
We've seen a little bit of a transformation across the defensive tackle position. And what I mean, Mike, is years ago, they were on the interior of the line to stuff the run. They were big bodies taking up space. Now, not only do you have to defend the run, you have to be able to win one-on-one matchups and get to the quarterback.
And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
I really like the personnel adjustment by the defensive coordinator, Mike. They go dime coverage, so they're going to bring out 6 defensive backs, really play the pass and muddy it up with as many pass defenders as you can. Nowhere to go with the ball, and now we got to see, does the offensive coordinator, when he sees that dime package take the field, what answers does he have?
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The 49ers come out, and Brock Purdy leads them out. Greg, it's really one of the best stories in NFL history when you think about it. From last pick in the draft to taking the 49ers to the Super Bowl, now to a lucrative contract with a fourth-year man out of Iowa State.
Every team stresses it all week in practice, Mike, as they're building their scripts and they're delivering their team message. You want to start fast in the NFL. Playing from behind is a nightmare. You can't come out flat and allow the opposing team to strike first. They understand the importance. This opening drive, they feel really good about the plays they have tabled. They really feel good about the week of practice they had. Now all that has to come together, start fast, and then see if you can sustain it for 4 quarters.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. And he's going to be taken down up around the 24-yard line. 14 on the pickup. First down, 49ers.
And the 49er first down.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. A nice job there making that happen.
Running left, it's McCaffrey. And he'll only get it to the 26-yard line, setting up second and long.
On the tackle. A gain of a yard brings up second and 9 at the 26-yard line.
Again, it's McCaffrey. Steal it forward for maybe a yard. Julian Love brings him down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Third, they need 8. Shotgun snap to Purdy. He's got his man, right side, it's complete. They get 16 on that connection. It's good for a Niners first down.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
On the counter, it's McCaffrey. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Purdy now on second down. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Third and 9. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. A gain there of 24 yards. First down, 49ers.
And a 49er first down.
This is the age-old dilemma that defensive coordinators go back and forth on. Is the best pass defense to send more big bodies at the quarterback and get the ball out of his hand? Or is it to really pack your back end, Mike, with more defensive backs and more guys that can guard space? In this case, they got a lot of defensive backs on the field. Quarterback has a lot of time to find the open zone and leads to a big play. Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get vertical.
He's got room at the 30, and they will take him down at the 20-yard line. They At the right play call, the screen goes for 15 and a first down.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
And he will get into the end zone. Kyle Juszczyk, touchdown, 49ers.
Just a beautiful ball there by the quarterback. And the point I want to make here, Mike, and make sure the viewer understands, is in the NFL, if you have to wait for a guy to be open and then deliver the ball, it's too late. So often these quarterbacks throw their guy open. They anticipate where the void in the coverage is going to be. That's exactly the reason this play worked out here, Mike, and he's able to connect here for a big touchdown.
On now, Eddie Pinheiro for the extra point. It's up and through. And the 49ers will take a 7-0 lead.
Seahawks, nothing.
So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. On the return, it's Rashid Shaheed. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense going to take over now for the second time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Darnold. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. They get 11 and quickly pick up a first down.
I like the call. Using the screen as a drive starter to pick up a chunk play and get this offense into some rhythm. It's clear this offensive play caller anticipated the rush of the defense, and he was able to use it against them.
To throw on 1st down is Darnold.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. It was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Third and short yardage, and here's Darnold. That is caught. He finds Walker. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
It's really just an extended handoff. Get the ball out wide to your running back in space and make the defense tackle him. That's really all this is. Something small turns into a nice pickup.
We'll go play action with Darnold. Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down. D. Winters in there for the sack. He forced his way through. A loss of 9.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Connects with Cup on the slant. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 9.
Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. Got it with Smith and Jigba. And he is out of bounds at the 31-yard line. A gain there of 15. 1st down, Seattle.
1st and 10.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Seahawks football beginning this 2nd quarter as they've got it with 1st and 10. One of the tight ends in motion right. They'll run it for the first time. Here comes Zach Charbonnet. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Quarterbacks are drafted for their coverage ability. We see it year in and year out. Teams want to fortify their pass defense. But when they can come up and run support, it's just an added bonus for a defense. And this young rookie, he was one of the best picks available last year's draft, and we can see why.
And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's done. Got a man, that's Barner, the tight end. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They got it inside the 15. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage, and it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
That one, take it in. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. Touchdown, Seahawks.
When I think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. He's got it. And the Seahawks will level things out at 7 apiece.
Jason Myers.
We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So here's Brock Purdy and this 49ers offense heading back onto the field. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. They'll run with McCaffrey to start this drive. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Reek Woolen brings him down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
2nd down, 8 to go from the 28. Pearsall, the man in motion. On 2nd down, Purdy. That's over the middle and caught by Pearsall. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line.
10 yards.
10 yards, the gain on the pitch and catch. It's good for a Niners first down.
10 at the 38-yard line.
Now, a handoff to McCaffrey. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Linebacker Ernest Jones ends that play.
At the 39-yard line.
Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. They run on the jet sweep, and this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
A loss of 2.
So these jet sweep plays, we see them so often, both under center, in the shotgun. There's a lot of ways to do it. But there's a little feast or famine element, especially in today's NFL, with the speed of these defensive edge players. So you got to make sure you get the edge accounted for so you can at least avoid these negative plays.
To the forward, Cal Bear, Jake Tunges. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
At the 46-yard line.
So if you're going to have time to allow your big tight end to start on one side of the field and run a crossing route all the way to the other, your big guys up front better hold up in protection. That's exactly what they were able to do here. Gave the quarterback the confidence of staying with him the entire way through, delivering that ball on the far side of the field, and leads to a nice pickup.
Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5.
Still 1st down.
Out of the gun, here's Purdy. Open man is Jennings.
Purdy's pass complete to Jawan Jennings. A 5-yard gain brings up 2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Second and 10. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. This one complete to Bourne. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
9-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
They'll motion the tight end right. They'll try to run for it with McCaffrey. And it looks like he's got enough for the first down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains.
2 yards on the play.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Leonard Williams in there for the sack, worked his way through. It's a loss of 5.
And it looked like that zone coverage had his head a little bit spinning there, Mike. I'm not sure he got a real clear picture of what the defense was giving him, and as a result, he holds the ball a little bit longer than he would have liked, and the defense is able to get home.
Throwing on second down is Purdy. Pass caught by Pearsall. And he will finally be taken down inside the 10-yard line. That is a big gain for the 49ers. 35 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
And they'll run here with McCaffrey. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up second and goal. Here now, second down and goal. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Robinson. And he is not going to get to the goal line. In fact, he's even going to lose yards on that play. And now it is third and goal.
Their ground game ends up failing at the exact moment, Mike, where they're needed the most. 1 yard to the goal line, that's prime opportunity. Finish the drive, take the lead, but instead, they go backwards.
Third and goal. Purdy. That's hauled in at the 2. To the goal line and in. Jake Tonjes. Touchdown, San Francisco.
In this offense, they just continue to find such creative ways to get the ball into the hands of their playmakers, and this time they use the pre-snap motion to help their guy gain leverage, and it's just an easy pitch and catch for the touchdown.
Pinheiro on for the extra point. He's got it. And the 49ers will move out to a 14-7 lead.
Seahawks 7.
So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Seahawks offense and Jackson Smith and Jigba ready to get back to work. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
At the 24-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 8. Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. Once again, it's Walker. And he'll pick up 2 out to the 27.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
This is 3rd and 6. now, Darnold. And that one thrown away to the sideline. It's incomplete. It's a frustrating series. It'll bring up 4th down.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Here's Christian McCaffrey and the 49ers offense coming back onto the field. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
I'm not sure how many guys grow up wanting to be an NFL fullback, Mike. They don't get the ball a ton. They're used to do all the dirty work. But in this case, this guy's showing off. Hey, coach, you get the ball in my hands. I can do some things.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and a yard. They'll run the toss with McCaffrey. Crazy.
Simple play to call, but complex to execute. A toss play is beautiful, Mike, when a team hits it like they just did. We can see why they're a fan of the toss. Healthy game, and they pick up the 1st down.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Shotgun snap to Purdy. That's caught by McCaffrey. And he'll be driven out of bounds, and that's a pickup of 8.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
2 minutes remain here in this first half. We're back to Seattle after this. Here's 2nd and 2. From the gun, it's Purdy. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Byron Murphy getting in to drop him. It's a loss of 6, and it's 3rd down.
Nice job bouncing back there on 2nd down. 1st down, they gave up way too many yards and put them in 2nd and short. But now they can gain some of that back with that sack and brings up 3rd and medium, and the likelihood of getting off the field just went up.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. Throw, left side, complete to Pearsall. Now Seattle's going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. On 4th down, the Niners send out the veteran Thomas Morstead to punt. Rashid Shaheed back to return this one. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Darnold to throw. Over the middle, that's the tight end, Barner.
Darnold's pass complete to A.J. Barner. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 36-yard line.
2nd and a yard. Here's Darnold. that one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. Cooper Kupp was the intended receiver. Now it's going to be third down.
So I don't hate the decision, Mike, but it just feels like he put a little too much air on that ball. It just took that ball way too much time to get to the open receiver, and when you hang a ball that long, the defenders at this level are just going to break and attack on that ball, and he's lucky that didn't end up going back the other direction.
And he will have the first down. He caught it short of the lines of game, but knows right where that marker is, and he's able to pick up that first down.
For a Seahawks first down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Darnold to throw again. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. Now Seattle will use the final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go until halftime.
Brings up second and 3 at the 46-yard line.
Second down and 3. Darnold to the air once more. That's dropped off for Walker. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game. Just one more thing for the defense to have to defend. Make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone.
And he did a pretty good job there to get back to the line of scrimmage as he's chased out of bounds.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll try again here. Second and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. And it looks like he's going to come up just short of the first down. Out of bounds, a yard shy of what they needed. So they'll have to pick it up on third down.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Well, they try to go down the field with it, but it winds up incomplete.
I think if you're willing to throw it there, it tells us everything we need to know about the decision coming up here on fourth down. He didn't have anything available, threw it away, and I think in this part of the field, you got to really think hard about going for it.
A 56-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks are back within 4 at 14-10.
Outside of coming away with a touchdown, I'm not sure they could have done any better to close out that half. I mean, they burned all the clock. They don't let the opponent possess the ball, and they come away with points.
So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. And he will sit on it here in the end zone for a touchback.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's first and 10. Now Purdy. Airing one out for Bourne. And penalty flags come in as it winds up incomplete, but no doubt there was contact there. Eddie Pinheiro going to come on to try a field goal now. This just a little more than a chip shot. 32-yard attempt. Pinheiro's kick is good. And the Niners going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustments will pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Niners offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Purdy to throw. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. And the back judge throws the flag. He looks at the ball, looks at the clock. Clock says 0. That's a delay of game.
Still 2nd down.
Purdy now on 2nd down. That's taken in by Jennings. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
And it's 3rd down.
Third and 10. Purdy. This is intercepted. Picked up by Devin Witherspoon. And he's going to be looking at a short field for the offense after the INT. Chance to tie the game or even take the lead.
So we saw in the first half, Mike, they were willing to take some risks. It allowed them to build this halftime lead. Now the opposing sideline, they're looking to fight back. They're looking to cut that lead down. That's what that coverage seemed. It looked like they baited that quarterback to force that errant throw and lead to that turnover. Now it's their offense coming back on the field with a chance to cut this deficit.
Darnold now on 1st and 10. Smith and Jigba has it on that out route. He'll be out of bounds. That's a decent pickup of 5 on 1st down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. He'll get this complete to Walker. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. 12 yards on that hookup. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
the play fake. Here's Darnold. There's a short one taken in by Warner. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. 12 was nice last time, so they did it again. Another 12-yard pickup and another first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
And he'll be forced out of bounds and pick up a couple on that one.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
He's going to tuck it and go. Fighting for the goal line. They're going to stop him just short, but he has picked up the first down.
This is a part of the field where you have to account for the quarterback as a runner. Nothing's open downfield. Great job by your secondary, but then he makes a break for the goal line, and they're able to stop him just short, but not until after he sets his guys up first and goal.
Walker trying to find a crease in that mass of humanity, but he's going to come up short.
You look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even a debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line. And for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job, because there's nowhere to run, there's no holes for the back to find, and all these zero or negative runs are putting them in some really bad spots. Down here this close, all it takes is one defensive lineman defeating his block and getting some penetration, and that's exactly what we saw here. Not only to stop the ball carrier short of the end zone, but to take him down for a loss.
They'll try and throw. Here's Darnold. And he'll take it on in. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Seahawks. Now the point after try from Myers. He gets it to go, and the Seahawks will come back to tie things at 17. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. Here's Sky Moore now to return it. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The 49ers offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by McCaffrey. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Off the bootleg, it's Purdy. He'll get this out wide to McCaffrey. And he gets him 6 yards closer before going out of bounds. And it's 3rd down coming up.
And it's 3rd down.
Out of the gun, here's Purdy. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. He's going to have the first down. That one good for 9, and the drive continues.
Sometimes that's all it takes. Just that little extra second you allow your wide receiver to continue to work open by the ability to move the pocket. Buy time with your feet, but remain a passer.
Play fake to McCaffrey. Now Purdy. Downfield, he's got the big target, Jennings. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. A gain there of 16 yards. First down, 49ers.
If you're going to give him this much time to scan the field, he's inevitably going to find an open man downfield like he does here. That's a great job remaining patient and letting that play develop.
Back to the air again is Purdy. Open man is Jennings. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
They'll drive the left side with McCaffrey. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
Third down, Purdy. Open man is Tunges, the tight end. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball is put right on the money for a big pickup.
He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 22-yard line.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 6. Here comes the jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
A loss of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Converted twice on 3rd down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a 3rd time? From the shotgun, it's Purdy. Now a deep ball toward the end zone. And that is incomplete.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
A 41-yard attempt.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the 49ers move out in front, 20-17.
Job number 1 on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike. But 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves them out in front.
So Pinheiro had the field goal a moment ago. And now he's back out to kick it away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Sam Darnold heading back on the field. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Shaheed in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Darnold. Shaheed with the catch. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Nice job there, getting the ball to your slot receiver and then letting him get to work. It's a nice feeling as a quarterback when you can just have a short throw still result in a big gain.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Here's a handoff to Walker. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. 17 yards, the gain there. 1st down, Seattle.
2nd and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a 1st down.
They'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. He'll get about 2. Jason Pinnock there to end it.
Jason Pinnock. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 42-yard line.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, here's the give to Walker. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. A pickup there of 13. It's good for a Seahawks 1st down.
Well, after not having much success in the first half, they're able to get something going on the ground here to start the 3rd quarter. I'd love to see the play caller mix in some play action, mix in some pass game. That should open up some of these holes for better situations to run the ball.
And he will not be quite able to stretch the ball out. They're going to mark him down after that huge run all the way to the 1.
Seahawks, 1st down.
So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. What a moment in this game. A touchdown would give them the late lead. It is 1st down and goal. Here's Walker. Good blocking, and he's in. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Seattle. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that 4th quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Myers now to add the PAT. The kick is good. And the Seahawks have taken a 4-point advantage.
49ers 20.
So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown, time to kick it back the other way. This returnable from the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So here's Brock Purdy and this 49ers offense heading back onto the field. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. play action now. Purdy. Look at that. Slinged it across his body and connected. And he's going to be taken down at the 37. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Brought down by Ernest Jones. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 41-yard line.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Purdy. That's caught by McCaffrey. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So I know the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
McCaffrey now on 1st and 10. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. It's good for a Niners first down.
First down. A gain of 12.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense. The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 3. Headed left, buying time.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On the give, it's McCaffrey. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
When they called that sweep, Mike, obviously they're thinking, let's pick up the first down. They didn't quite get to the chains, but I think they're going to be pretty happy with that game.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be close to a first down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
A big play looming here. They need to convert. It is 3rd and inches. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Stoppage here, one of the 49ers is down. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Up the middle, here's McCaffrey. And they continue to churn out first downs. What a drive. It continues now with 1st and goal. Now, stoppage here for an injury. It's Christian McCaffrey who's having an issue down there. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. This has been some kind of march downfield now. Can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. That one complete to Brian Robinson. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
They need 6 for the touchdown. 2nd and goal. Here's Purdy. And he's in. Jawan Jennings. Touchdown. 49ers.
San Francisco.
Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He knocks it through, and the 49ers go up by 3. It's 27-24.
Seahawks 24.
So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Shaheed now to return it. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Seahawks offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive, and he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
At this point, we're going to need 2 hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
Your tight end motioning left here. Charbonnet in the back, and he goes straight ahead. And not much there. Good defense, held to no gain.
No gain on the play.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman, sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
3rd and short yardage, and here's Darnold. That is caught. He finds Walker. He's going to have the 1st down, so they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And how about the poise of this quarterback? You find yourself down here late in the 4th quarter, Mike, facing a tough 3rd down. You've got to have it. But you know what? He calls the play, he breaks the huddle. He's like, you know what, Coach? I got it. That's a big-time throw to now keep this drive alive.
That is caught. What a throw. Rashid Shaheed. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Well, it seems this game is kind of getting to the point, Mike, where it's defense optional. I mean, both these teams are really just having their way with their opponent. They're going up and down the field, and after this long touchdown, yes, this is great if you're a fantasy player, but it's not so great if you're a defensive coordinator.
Now the point after drop from Myers. His kick is good. And the Seahawks have taken a 4-point advantage.
49ers 27.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown, time to kick it back the other way. This is going to be taken in at the 3. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So here's Brock Purdy and this 49ers offense heading back onto the field. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Off the play fake, Purdy. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds after a gain of only a couple.
At the 29-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 8. Here's McCaffrey. Able to tiptoe around one tackler, but not a second. He'll be taken down for no gain right at the line of scrimmage.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
And some problems communicating on 3rd down, and that's going to be a delay.
Still 3rd down.
So after the 5 yards are walked off, they face 3rd and long. Here's Saul, the man in motion. 3rd and long. Here's Purdy. Throw right side. He's got Tungus. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
Mike, anytime you're facing man coverage, there's 3 components. 1, the release. You got to get off the line and get into your route. Number 2, creating separation at the top of the break. And then number 3, no matter where the ball is thrown, just go attack it. This is exactly how it's supposed to be done.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Walker running to the left. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
The 24-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Darnold. He'll get this out to the left flat. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
When a defense has speed to the ball like this group does, it makes these wide receiver screens really challenging because all those fast linebackers and defensive backs that are chasing the ball carrier, the offensive line are the ones responsible for them, and sometimes that's just a speed mismatch, and they can't get out in front.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's done. Got a man at corner, the tight end. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
That's good for a Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They run with Walker. Timeout 49ers. That is their second. And they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
On play action, here's Darnold. To the middle, it's Cup. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. The Niners will use their 3rd and final timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down. And he's out of bounds, down inside the 35. 10 yards for number 10 on that one, and it's 1st and 10.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super concerned. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 22-yard line.
2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. 2nd and inches. They'll drop to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Really nice coverage there defensively, and here you find yourself in a 1-score game. Like, he understands the value of protecting the ball. Really smart decision. Throw it away, snap it again.
You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for this with Charbonnet. And they've got it at the 19-yard line. They're into the red zone and still on the march. 1st down picked up.
Seahawks, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the
Little power football here on
line.
3rd and short. They bring in some extra bulk up front, and they just run this ball straight at the defense. Challenge them in a gotta-have-it moment. Can you stop us? And in this case, the answer was no.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Second and 11. So the 12th man, a factor here as it's a win for the Seahawks. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that is the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks. As we say, so long from Seattle.